There has been a lot of speculation and a lot of intense waiting if you're an Indian football fan for when exactly it is that the Indian Super League, or the ISL for short, would in fact be beginning. Now, before we get into the details in this particular video and tell you about all of the interesting changes that will be happening, and that includes of course the schedule or for the first week of the ISL, as well as of course the dates in which it will be happening. Before we get into that, it is worth noting that one of the reasons that there has been no official confirmation as of yet is due to the fact that the ISL is right now without in fact a broadcast partner. You remember that we'd done some videos earlier as well where we talked about the fact that the ISL's original broadcast rights, which was of course with Star Sports due to the fact that Star had in fact been a partner in that particular venture, well, that's actually expired, so the ISL would most likely have a new home come the 2023-24 season. The front runners, of course, are expected to be Sports 18, but the simple fact is that hasn't officially been confirmed yet. Once we get that confirmation, will we know the fuller details of, let's say, what exactly will be happening with regards to the full schedule, how exactly that will be panned out. But right now, what we'll talk about is, of course, what it will be the first match of the ISL, as well as, of course, more importantly, what the full schedule of that first game week will look like, and what is going to be the, let's say, future or the future plans for a very interesting tournament that was going to be relaunched this year, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be the case anymore. First things first though, let's talk about the first week or the first game week of the ISL 2023-24 season. It will get underway on September 21st. So if you're a fan of Indian football, mark your calendar. That is the date to look out for, September 21st. And the first game is a doozy and a half. It's Bengaluru FC versus Kerala Blasters. That is the first game. Now, if you would remember that this is in fact a major rivalry and one that had a big flashpoint towards the latter parts of the playoffs in the 2022-23 season. What was that flashpoint? Well, it was in fact a playoff match between these two teams. Sunil Chhetri had scored a quick free kick, which Kerala Blasters at the time thought was against the rules. So there was a walk-off led by the head coach, which the team then actually took part in. So there was a forfeit to the match, which meant that Bengaluru FC won it 3-0. But due to the major actions taken by the head coach, he was then forced to not only pay a big fine, as well as the club having to pay a separate fine, he was also forced to tender a public apology. And of course, Bengaluru FC fans have not forgotten that. Kerala Blasters fans certainly have not forgotten that. And what it means is that this particular fixture, that first fixture, will have plenty of bite. But what about the first fixtures of the remaining teams? No problem. This is what the other fixtures will look like. So you're going to have Bengaluru FC versus Kerala Blasters as the first fixture, but the other teams, well, they're all going to be playing in that game week as well. So Mohun Bagan Super Giant, the defending champions, will be taking on newly promoted Punjab FC. Then you've got East Bengal, who will be taking on Jamshedpur FC. Mumbai City FC will be taking on Northeast United. Hyderabad FC will take on FC Goa, and Odisha FC will take on Chennaiyin FC. So that's going to be what the first game week fixtures for each and every one of these clubs looks like. Pretty good game week really, and especially you do see some interesting matchups. Of course, there's Bengaluru and Kerala. Mohun Bagan, you'd say, get a relatively easy start to their life as ISL champions, because they're taking on the first team to ever be promoted into the ISL on pure sporting merit, last year's I-League champions Punjab FC. East Bengal will be taking on Jamshedpur. Mumbai City FC, who are also, in recent seasons have been one of those teams that have been right up there and thereabouts. In fact, they won the League Winner Shield as well as, of course, the ISL title a couple of seasons back, will be taking on a resurgent Northeast United. Hyderabad FC will be taking on, of course, FC Goa, another team who a lot of people have plenty of eyes on, and Odisha FC, who also have Sergio Lobera in that dugout and have signed a glut of very good players, will be taking on Chennaiyin FC in that fixture. So very, very interesting fixture list, and we'll of course have the full fixture list for you once it is announced by the league as well as whoever their broadcast partners are. But it's also worth noting that this year was supposed to be seeing the relaunch of a legacy tournament that was known as the Federation Cup. That was something that the AIFF had confirmed earlier this year, that they'd be relaunching the Federation Cup. Unfortunately, that plan has been put on ice, at least for this season. The AIFF, remember, had brought about this legacy tournament due to the fact that the Super Cup, which was in fact that premier tournament that was played in recent seasons as the first choice cup tournament for all these teams, was unfortunately not really getting that much attention due to the fact that it was scheduled after the ISL season, which meant that a lot of clubs didn't really give it that much importance or interest. It was originally set to return this year, but will now potentially return in the 2024-25 season. That was something that was in fact confirmed by AIFF Secretary General Shaji Prabhakaran, who said that FSDL, which is of course Football Sports Development Limited, the AIFF's commercial partners, will need time to properly market that, and as of now we are unable to figure out where to fit it in the schedule. So this year you will see the Super Cup, but there's not going to be a Federation Cup just yet. But these are definitely very interesting developments. Even the Federation Cup, truth be told, a lot of fans were excited for it to come back. It's been a legacy tournament, one of the oldest cup tournaments in the history of Indian football, and that's saying something considering the fact that the recently concluded Durand Cup is in fact the oldest football tournament in Asia. Federation was one of the other old ones, unfortunately was discontinued, but the Super Cup was not gaining much attention, and so therefore it was brought back. However, that being said, we'll know soon enough what the full ISL schedule is. We'll also know what who the broadcast partners will be at the future of tournaments like the Federation Cup. But if you have to know that, we'll be bringing you all of those updates here on Sports Today. But if you're going to have to find out what exactly those are, you'll need to subscribe to our channel, as well as if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, leave us a comment, and of course, go ahead, follow us on social media. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Don't forget to download the SportsTak app, and if you're already on the channel, go right ahead and check out some other videos we've done. For now, from my side though, it is bye-bye.